back to the channel, and today we are going to be making an oversized box arrangement. So this is actually for a customer, and I thought I'd take you along and show you exactly how we create something like this, starting from the base up. So to begin, we want to actually fill our box with cellophane, because this is going to create a barrier between the box and the wet foam. So I've actually lined it with my cellophane, and I'm actually just using, this is waterproof paper as well. So I'm just popping that in as well as an extra barrier. And that way it'll definitely make sure that no water will be leaking. I've pre-soaked my floral foam, so they're quite heavy. So I'm going to pop those in. So I've just popped one of the bricks in, and now placing another one. We want to get them nice and snug together. You can also get Oasis foam that is actually in more of a circle shape, so that's perfect when you're using boxes like this. But I like to use the bricks, and then I just pretty much cut the foam down and wedge in wherever it's missing, just to create that circular shape. So we just want to cut it down to size, and we want to wedge that in. So I'm just going to cut it again, and then filling in the gaps, just so we've got some more to work with when we're placing our flowers in. We don't want too many holes everywhere, because as we sort of bring the flowers to overspill, well, we won't have enough foam in those areas, and that would mean our flowers won't actually be drinking any water, and we don't want that. So fill in all your gaps the best you can. Using another one on this side. Pushing that down, and one more just up the end here. Just up this side. And that will pretty much do it. So that's nice and snug now. That's not going anywhere. What you want to do is making sure we trim all this down now, because we don't want any of this exposed amongst our flowers. So you just literally fold it over so it's nice and tight. And then all we do is we just grab some scissors and basically trim away all the excess. Once we've trimmed that away, that's what we should be left with. And it's nice and clean around the entire box. Coming back to the front. So for my flowers, I've chosen an array of some soft pastel colors, starting with this one down here. This is a Japanese pierce, and this is really good if you want to pretty much cascade or have it sort of leaping over, because it will have its own natural hang. Coming in with some white tall delphiniums, some purple jewel coloured small budded chrysanthemums, and I have some pom-pom chrysanthemums in a blush pink and a soft, really soft, almost like a white, off-white with a touch of pink in there as well. I have some snapdragons in the back here, which will be really nice because they will be used for a lot of height in this. And then coming around on this side, I've got some Buttercup roses. These are actually being imported from Colombia, and so are these ones here, the pink ones. They actually will open up. They've already started to open up, but they will open up and they will be quite large. So that will be really lovely with what we're doing here with our line flowers. I also have some Lysianthums in the front here. I've got them in a white and a soft pink. And I have some stock. I've got it in the white, I've got it in a soft peach pink, and I've got it in a lavender colour. So this is pretty much the colour palette we'll be working with, and I'm going to be starting with this guy here. So I want to start filling my arrangement from low, and we're going to work up. So with that, I'm going to bring this one over and start placing these in and around the box. quite heavy. There's quite a lot in this. I'm going to bring some out so I can work with them. And we probably don't need, I probably don't need too many of these. I just really want these just to sort of overhang through the front. So I'm going to snip off my bottoms and start filling up through the front where I want that to cascade over and down. I've got my Velvet Bloom label in the front, so I don't want to be hiding that. But I definitely want to create some drama through the front. So just pulling off the leaves. And I'm going to start sort of balancing it through the front just as it is like that. But I'm actually going to bring this arrangement up from either side so it will have a slight dip in the middle. So it's not going to be a perfect round kind of posy-like arrangement. It's going to sort of have its own theatrics. Okay. So just filling the backs now slightly. So at the moment it looks pretty symmetrical, but this will slightly change. As I said, I just want some of these to overhang. So whilst I'm able to sort of get in and around this arrangement, I really want to feel my bottoms and the size as much as I can, because eventually I'm not going to be able to get in there as easy as I am now. So again, making sure you're cutting your stems on an angle. We want our arrangement to be able to have a nice strength. So by doing that, cutting our stems on the angle, it just allows more water to actually travel up the stem as opposed to cutting it straight across. So you'll never see them straight across. You'll always see an angle cut, and it's for that reason. So I think now I'm just going to spin it around to the front because I just want to see how much it's panning over. I think I want to start placing my lined flowers. So the delphiniums are perfect for that, as you can see why. They are so, or this variety anyway, that's so tall. We don't really need that height there. We can see that's just not in proportion with the container. So I'm going to cut this down, but I'm actually going to use this where I can cut it just below the last sort of shoot, and I can actually get 2 out of 1 now. If you don't sort of cut it in the right place, you'll leave that stem really exposed and it will almost look like you've just chopped it and it just won't sit right. So now I'm going to use these to create my shape as well. So placing one through the side, and now placing this one also through the other side will allow me to start creating the shape that I'm trying to achieve. And because this arrangement needs to be viewed from every angle, we need to make sure that we're placing everything in a way where it's going to be viewed from each side and not just front. So we want to make sure that everything's being placed. There's just some yucky leaves on there. I'm just pulling those off. So we want to make sure that our blooms are sort of covering the stems and facing every angle and not just the stems that are facing forward. We don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to be placing in this guy here now. And he's quite tall as well, so I'm using a lot of this to my advantage because we need some height in this arrangement. So I'm going to place my line flowers in through the middles. And we want to try and use the ones that have got the nicest, that have got really nice shape to them. Okay, now popping that one in. I will spin it around. That's so cute. Now what I'm going to start to do is I want to start filling some of the bottom out because I won't be able to get into the bottoms if I don't start filling the bottoms out. So I'm going to do that by using my Buttercup roses. And so again, I'm going to move this out the way slightly because these arrangements get so big that it's hard to actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to just move some of those up. And that way I can work from this angle and you still be able to see me. So I'm just going to pull off some of these petals that are looking a little a little bit sad. So we never want petals that are looking sad in our arrangements. And I do want this arrangement's going out for tomorrow. So I really want these roses as open as they can be between tonight and tomorrow. So I'm going to just sort of slightly fan them out. And I know that they will open that bit more on their own. And so I'm just going to start filling all the bottoms. I'm going to start filling all the bottom in. These roses are imported from Colombia and they're so beautiful. They don't have much smell. It's a shame because they're so pretty. But they are stunning. And when they're in when they're fully opened, my golly, they're big. My golly, they're big. And mind you, these have all been prepped. I've had to take the thorns off of these. The thorns were huge. They always are with the imports. The thorns were just absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Okay, again, just taking off some of my outer petals and giving it a little fan. Now I want these to really be snug. I want these to really sit snug at the base. So I'm sort of popping them in where I can still have room in between because I'm actually going to insert some of the blush pink in there as well. So it will sort of fill out that bottom rim as well. So I'm just going to keep turning it so that I can keep filling. And pulling off those petals again. That one might need to go down a bit more, I think, because we're sort of heading towards the front. That shape in. There's quite a few big ones on this side, so I'm just going to pull those out. But how stunning are they? They are absolutely beautiful. Did I give you a close-up? Because if I didn't, I will now. I want you to have a look at that. And that's only half open. So you can imagine when this rose opens how big they get. They're just beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. Not a lot of fragrance, but they are lovely. They are really, really lovely. Okay, so I want to show you what the front's looking like at the moment. I'm going to still work from the back. Obviously, my roses are going to be more my focal flower in amongst my line flowers and my filler flowers, but I want the roses to be the focal flower in this arrangement, and that's been requested as well. So that's what you get. That's what you want. That's what you get. And it's a very soft palette. It's a really romantic palette. It's quite lovely. But have a look at that. going in with my filler flowers and my pom-poms, because these two, I want these sort of closer to the base as well. I don't want these too high up because I'm going to still scatter a lot of these roses up high as well. So I'm going to go in and fill these ones now. One in through the side. So can we see that there's a bit of height through there? I'm going to still fill a lot of this, but I'm going to bring it up with my smaller flowers. I just want to bring the roses through the front. I'm bringing some of the buttercup colour through. Because they've opened quite a lot, and it's just, they're stunning. They're just stunning. So I really want these guys right up in the front here. Getting a little hard to see or feel. Oh, they're so beautiful. What do you think of that, guys? Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty, so pretty. All right, I think I want to bring a bit of the purple in actually. It's needing a little bit of contrast. And these got some really thick stems on them, so they will get a lot of water up them, which is nice. We want that. That's exactly what we want. We want them to get lots of water so that they can get a nice big drink from the flower foam. Just inserting that one in through the middle. And another one through this side. Keeping it a little bit closer through the bottom to the base. And one more. Definitely one more through there. How's that? That looks really pretty. We will need to put some more through the back here, so I'm going to do that. I want to actually put some lisianthiums in before I won't be able to get those stems in, because they're quite, they're not as, the stems aren't as thick as some of the other flowers that I'm using, but they are quite tall, so I really want to inject those in now. And there we have it, guys. A beautiful arrangement for any occasion. This particular one is for a gift. It's for a birthday. So this order will be going out tomorrow. And there we have it. That is my oversized box arrangement in pastels using a variety of roses, chrysanthemums, delphiniums, stock, and this lovely fella here, the Japanese. So I hope you liked this video, and there'll be more coming in the designer series. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys.